Hello everybody and welcome to Pop Century. I'm going to take you on a resort view and guided tour today, so come along with me. 50s, 70s, 80s, and 90s are going to be more your standard rooms. 60s area is going to be your preferred because it's the closest to the big pool and the main building. Now, parking does surround all these areas, so you don't have to park up at the front and then walk all the way through. You can park nearest your building that you're staying in. All these hotels have early check-ins on your app. You can do that, or you can go and check in at the main building. They do have stairs and elevators in all their buildings. All the rooms in Pop Century will look the same on the inside. They're all going to have that same kind of style with the sort of retro-y pop culture kind of look to it, with the different colors and the Mickey and Friends theme. So they're all going to look the same, even if you're in the different decades. But the outside theming is going to look different depending on where you're at. And the pools obviously are themed different. And then the main building area, the classic hall, where you have your dining, your shopping, your check-in, the arcade. It's where you also find the bus pickup. And that's just kind of themed to a general like pop, cool culture, lots of colors, lots of fun. We're in the back corner back here. 80s and 90s actually share an area. 90s is just this building right here. So you can see the 90s building is behind the 80s pool. They really only have two buildings for that, this one and that one. It doesn't really have its own theming other than decorations on the outside. There is a giant laptop though. And then 80s is these buildings that surround the pool. And that is the retro pool over here. They like to play 80s and 90s and all that fun music over here. Break dancers on the building. They're really good at theming at Disney. The computer pool, and out in front of the pool there is a giant keyboard on the ground. This would make Star-Lord proud. It's a giant stack of floppy disks over there too. There's the pool. So I guess the pool itself is just rectangle because it's supposed to look like the monitor, I guess, because the keyboard is in front of it, but it just kind of looks like a square pool from here. Over here we got Roger Rabbit, big movie in the 80s. One of the few places you can find Roger around here at Walt Disney World still. We're gonna walk this way, get to the main building. I always think wayfinding is helpful for these resorts because it can be a little bit hard to navigate sometimes because a lot of it looks similar. So I'm gonna take you through this way so you can see kind of how it all connects. Anybody else watch Night Museum? The Cube of Rubik. The 70s area also has a giant big wheel. Mickey Mouse telephone. Who had one of these? I didn't have a Mickey Mouse. I had a Hello Kitty, but not a Mickey Mouse. But I've seen Mickey Mouse. And then this is what I call the scariest section because these foosball people are kind of scary looking. Got the potato heads over here. There's the 70s. Got an 8-track here on the end of the 70s building. Mood rings. Platform shoes. This is also a Skyliner resort. You're gonna have the Skyliner station up ahead here. They like to put trivia and history along this edge where the water is. Across the way there, that is Art of Animation. Art of Animation and Pop Century are basically mirrors of each other as far as how the layout goes. In between, you have the bridge. I believe it's called the Generation Gap Bridge. That is where the Skyliner station is for these two resorts, and they connect over to the main hub, which is at Caribbean Beach. That goes on to either Hollywood Studios and Epcot as your two parks, or the Riviera Resort, which is attached to Caribbean Beach. There's the big fact. When Walt Disney World opened 1971, it even has a lizard on top. Hey, Mr. Lizard, enjoying the sun today? Here we are coming around to the 60s building. That is the Skyliner station right there. You can walk across and get to Art of Animation. You can, when you're staying in any Disney resort property, go to the other resort properties to visit their restaurants and shops and look around the grounds and everything. So you definitely can walk over there if you'd like to. This is the main pool. Over here you have Baloo and Mowgli. To the left you have Play-Doh. And when I say Play-Doh, that is with a D, not a T. So, not the philosopher, just the putty. Big thing in the 60s. Kiddie pool area. All your big pool areas are going to have one of those generally. Lots of fun stuff on the buildings. Little Play-Doh friends up there. Baloo and Mowgli. There is the giant hippy dippy pool. This is going to be your big main pool. Pedals pool bar. And main building. We're gonna go over here to the 50s section. So you're gonna pass Pebbles Pool Bar, head towards that giant bowling pin. This is also the area where you're gonna get your departure luggage if you have them take it for you, grocery deliveries, ECV, and stroller rentals. Here is the 50s area, just right off to the side of the pool over there in the 60s area. So the 50s buildings, they have these really big bowling pins that are the stairs. Got radios, records, people doing a sock hop over here. There is a giant 3-story, 4-story tall, I guess, tramp over here. And ladies over there. And there's their doghouse. There's the 50s pool. There's a big jukebox over there. And they play music from all the decades, whichever area you're in. Overall, we really enjoy staying at Pop Century. It's a really fun resort. It's got good food. It's got a really fun store. Really fun theming. It is a value resort, so it's going to be your lower tier prices. And it kind of sits in the middle. So like all-star music, movies, and sports, those are usually going to be your lower priced hotels. Music does have family suites you can book, so those are going to be a little higher. Then your next level is going to be Pop Century. Generally, obviously prices can change depending on deals and things like that. Art of Animation is going to be your higher priced out of those. It's very similar to Pop Century, but the majority of Art of Animation is actually family suite rooms. So you have like a living room and a separate bedroom area, so they're usually going to be higher. They do have some standard rooms in the Little Mermaid section. Those tend to be a little higher too, just because the theming is highly sought after, because it's very, very Disney. Pop Century's cool, it's got great theming, it's got Disney elements everywhere. Art of Animation is all Disney, so it's very popular because of that. Those are the value resorts here on Disney property. Here we are at the Pop Century. We always liked Pop Century. It's got a great style and nice new comfortable beds in the last several years, including the pull-down Murphy bed right there. It turns into a table during the day. There's the sliding door, which I am so glad they put these in. They used to just have curtains, so now they have the sliding door. Oh, excuse me, door. Nice bathroom here. Hello, that's me. Always me in the mirror. Little closet area. And you, hello. Got all your usual accoutrements. Your toilet room.
Actually,
we just call it the bathroom. It is. It's good. It's a good size. And it comes with all your shower stuffs. Yes. Right? And that thing up there, everybody always wonders what that is. It pulls out and becomes string to hang bathing suits and wet things on. So you can attach it over there.
Your accoutrements.
Yes. So they dry and you don't have wet accoutrements. Nice big TV too. And lots of storage, even storage under the bed if you would like it. As always, you have the fabulous Joffrey's coffee and the Twinings tea. Little tiny Cuisinart. It's a brew too.
Oh.
And you have a cooler as well, which is nice if you got like drinks or snacks or whatever.
We might need to set this down and, and both of us do it. Hold on tight or you'll go flying. It needs a little WD-40. I think we should be sponsored by WD-40.
And there is Hey Disney. You have to activate it if you want to use it. It's Alexa, but Disney-fied. And there would be Pluto. Sleeping, dreaming of bones. Off we go to the main building. We are in the back corner. 90s building.
Go park in the 80s parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, actually the 80s parking lot right there is a little closer to this side of the 90s rooms, so check that when you come here. You might actually have closer parking in a different decade, which sounds weird.
Pro tip we should take for ourselves. Find your room before you bring everything out of your car.
Yeah.
Then you know where to park.
Yeah. Ooh, I like their decorations. A lot of people decorate their rooms for the holidays. Pop Century Resort has all kinds of theming from all the decades. They have a lot of the stuff that you would recognize from those eras that was really popular, like fitness walking with Sally Struthers. Up there we have Home Improvement. Here we got some stuff from Disney. We got Pocahontas. There's even Barney in there. I know that's not Disney, but pretty popular back then. I think everybody watched Barney. There's the 90s and the 80s. Internet for Dummies. I still need one of those. There's a Wonder Woman costume. Ooh, crockpot cooking. Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, look at Miss Piggy. She is so glamorous. Behind the check-in desks, they have pictures from all the different eras as well. Different popular things and famous people and all kinds of things that would be recognizable from those decades. There's the 1990s. And it goes on down the all the way to the 50s. Of course, you have your arcade here, just like at the other resorts. Everything pop, shopping, and dining. They do have resort-specific merchandise in here too, so you want to check that out whenever you're here. Resort stores are going to have some necessities as well. So you're going to find things you might have left at home, like toothbrush and all that kind of stuff, snacks, foods, some of your basic stuff. You can find a lot of that at these resorts. It is going to be a little bit higher than a store, but actually not usually too much more. So if you really need something, definitely check here first, see if they've got it. T-shirts, shoes, ears, souvenirs. I love the Skyliner stuff. This is really cool. I especially like this one, the scenic route. Then you have your resort-specific stuff in here as well. They even have specific ears and spirit jerseys. I like these ears. So just about anything you can want here. We're gonna walk this way into the Everything Pop dining portion, sort of cafeteria style, but they usually have really good food. They do have mobile order. It does change sometimes, so keep checking back. Sometimes they'll have specialty foods too. That's where you order your food. And they have beverage station over here. They even have an area over here with kids' activities, and they can watch sing-along versions of songs from movies. We have the classic Mickey waffles. Mine are upside down. Mom got the version with the eggs and the bacon. At the beverage stations, you'll just go up, buy your cup. You can buy your refillable resort mugs here. They're good for, I think, the length of your stay or up to a certain amount of time if you're like hopping from resort to resort. Sometimes the rules kind of change. You kind of check that out as you're doing it. But you just go to the beverage station, fill up your drinks there. If you have the resort refillable mugs, refills are free for while you're here. Only at the resorts though, not the park, and not Disney Springs. You can get them here while you're at the resort. It does end up saving a lot of money a lot of times, especially if you're staying for a long time. So definitely consider those if you're gonna be here. The cast members are seriously so sweet here. There is a Disney difference. The one just walked behind me. She was cleaning tables, keeping it all nice and sparkling clean. We love that they do that. They do such a good job. She walked behind me while I was filming. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk in your video." And she smiled real big, and I said, "Oh no, no problem at all. It's totally fine." And we were just kind of laughing together. It was so sweet. That is the full tour of the Pop Century Resort. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time. And say goodbye to Roger Rabbit.